In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a risk assessment via project in less than 5 minutes. We go to risk assessment generator in our ARMS AI software, and you're going to create a new project. Let's say something simple as working on heights. We create a project. We can add as little or as many details as possible. We can add team members, method statement, scope of works, tools and equipment, people impacted, environment, additional documents, departments, and activities. In particular, additional documents is important because here you can add all the documentation that is necessary for your company. AI will take those into account. But for this one, we're simply going to go with just the project title and see what AI can do for us. AI gets to work immediately and will generate a few hazards for us. It has been trained on a few international standards, and you can additionally add your internal company documentation if you have specific standards and requirements for your risk assessments. It has generated for us fall from heights. I can accept this one. Ladder collapse, weather, and inadequate personal protective equipment. All of these are actually very good. But let's say I would like more weather hazards. I can type give me more hazards about the weather. AI will think about this and suggest specifically hazards that are pertaining to the request what I did, the weather. It has given me high wind conditions and also additional suggestions here. I can literally just take anything that the AI generated here and drag it as a hazard into the table if I like it, or I can take the hazard it has generated from a high wind condition and also drag it into the table. It is entirely up to you how to build your risk assessment table. Let us say we are done with the hazards now and we would like to proceed to threats. Simply click next and you can see it'll take you to the threats component of the fall from height on scaffolding hazard. It has generated 4 threats to us: guardrail collapse, scaffold frame buckling from overload, fair, failure of personnel, fall arrest, and worker slip. Let us say I like all of these. I simply click accept all, and all of them get added here. I click next, and now it continues to threat number 1, guardrail collapse due to improper fastening, and now it will define barriers, things that your company can do to prevent this particular threat from happening. As you can see, step by step, AI will generate risk assessment, and this work that would previously require dozens of people, experts in different fields, can be quickly created in one tool. Let's say I have certain amount of confidence in these suggestions from AI, and I would like AI for me to complete the table. I click complete over here, and I will confirm it. And then it will take a few minutes for AI to generate the rest of the table. You can see how it quickly populates all the threats and then all the consequences and all the barriers. So you can have a complete, detailed risk assessment for this particular project. I'm going to pause the recording for a little bit and wait until it's done because it'll take a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. All right, it has been 61 seconds and the full risk assessment is now generated. You can see, we can expand the table. You can see hazard. The hazard has all the threats and every threat has a list of barriers and every consequence also has a list of barriers. The full risk assessment does not. You can add more or delete or modify existing risk assessment elements. You can expand because each of the elements has descriptions assigned to it. And as for the barriers themselves, you can assign them to a responsible person as is required for any risk assessment. There's an additional important feature of adding more elements if you would like to add more elements to a particular element. For example, you look at worker fatality, and that's something you really want to avoid, obviously. So you can click the magic wand here, and the model will generate more suggestions specifically for worker fatality for you. So this way you can deep dive into the specifics of the risk assessment. Here, for example, it suggested emergency rescue, team activation, on-site advanced first aid, critical incident management, etc. So let's accept it. You know what? Let's accept all of them. Great. Now that you are, imagine, done with this, you can share this link. Your team members can also add to it. You can contribute together. Once you are done, you can export this as a custom PDF or Word document. We allow customization of the risk assessments. Or once you're done, you can click request approval. This will send this whole risk assessment to the manager, collect the manager's digital signature, so that the whole process of creating and signing off in the risk assessment is done in one application. And this concludes our brief tour of how to generate a risk assessment quickly using AI trained on modern standard and documents. If you would like to add this to your corporation's workflow, do not hesitate to go to armsai.net, schedule a demo with our team, and we will make sure to onboard you as quickly as possible so you can prevent risk efficiently using modern technology in your organization.